Hey folks, good morning and welcome back to the channel. There's so many things going on at the moment and we've got so many different kind of external situations playing out. So this is kind of a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and if you're interested in the LUNC community as much as, you know, a lot of the community are here, even if you're new to LUNC as a holder, you may not know what Alliance is. A lot of people do know what Alliance is, but it's just kind of vague really on, you know, the understanding of what Alliance is supposed to do, what it's supposed to be, and how this could benefit us. And there's a couple of other things I'm going to throw into this video this morning for you folks listening, and it's just simply, I'll leave it to the end, but it's a really good outlook for the cosmos as a whole, and we'll get onto that near to the end. So Alliance is something that was developed within the lunar proposal and governance system, and they were going to go on an expedition, do something totally different, and then it was down to that or going with Alliance or Feather. Alliance and Feather or expedition. And they went with Alliance and Feather, and Feather will be coming later, but for now, Alliance is what we are most interested in. So we'll just start it pretty simple. There'll be a link to this Alliance documentation in the description for this video. So Alliance, you can stake any asset. Staking is the process of locking up a crypto asset to provide economic stability and power the block production of a proof of stake blockchain. In exchange for locking up assets for a period, users earn staking rewards. So you know all of that, and you know that that's just going to be the same across the cosmos as a whole. Each one of these blockchains in the cosmos that run this kind of system all work on the same basis. So staking's pretty much the same across the board. And this is why Alliance makes things so much more interesting. So to put it in simple terms, like it's saying, the Alliance module enables multiple assets to be staked on a chain. With Alliance, the assets of one chain can be staked on another, creating a mutually beneficial economic partnership through interchain staking. So for example, the staking asset of a larger chain can be staked on a smaller chain, forming an economic alliance. The users of the larger chain gain access to increased staking rewards, and the smaller chain benefits from an influx of users and economic activity. Both chains benefit from the cross-chain relationship, exposing users to a wider variety of diverse assets and yield opportunities. And this is what we're looking for, especially with how Lunar Classic stands. Like I've been saying, and a lot of people understand this, we're a very small gear in a very large machine, which is the cosmos. And Alliance is going to bring us all closer together. And yeah, there are going to be negatives about this, and we're going to breeze over kind of one of the biggest negatives that I see with this kind of system in it. It's the big chain, small chain thesis, right? A bigger chain's always probably going to benefit more from that smaller chain. And there's, from what I can see from the Alliance module, it kind of needs like a safety parameter. If there's not one already that I have missed, and it's possible that I may have missed it. The biggest issue is, can this larger chain drain the smaller chain of all of its liquidity? You know, pools are only as big as they can be, and they can only bring in as much as they can. And, you know, these influxes normally come from tax and gas fees. So we'll push forward with this, but just note that that is definitely something to take note of, is that we could bring a vulnerability instead of kind of this positive, more kind of doing it what it says on the tin. It could go wrong, but there may be a failsafe. So moving on to the Alliance module. The Alliance module can be added to any compatible Cosmos chain and does not require any changes to consensus or major changes to the common core modules. This module wraps around a chain's native staking module, allowing whitelisted assets to be staked and earn rewards. Alliance assets can be staked with the Alliance module, and the chain's native staking module is used for native stakers. So this Alliance assets, where it's saying this, pretty much an Alliance asset is going to be, for example, if we, LUNC, decided we wanted to go into an alliance with Luna, we would both become Alliance assets because we've gone into an agreement, we've made an agreement, and then that's voted. It's going to be a software upgrade, I have no doubt. I've read into this quite a lot. I'm very interested in the Alliance module because it's like a system that's not actually selfish. It was built to benefit the whole cosmos, not just one single individual coin inside the cosmos. Everybody can benefit from it if they wish to do that. So it does explain here what Alliance assets are and how they work. And like I said, I'm going to leave links to this in the description. And, you know, I've pretty much given you a pretty simple explanation of what it is. It pretty much puts it into a more technical explanation there. And you can visit the staking page to get more information. Like I said, there's so much information on this just individual Alliance docs situation. So adding Alliance assets, the Alliance module can be integrated into a chain via a software upgrade proposal. Once the Alliance module is approved by governance, native stakers will then have to decide which assets they want to add. Then an Alliance proposal can be created and submitted to governance. This proposal contains a title description and the following information: the denomination of the asset to be added, a reward weight, which is the proportion of the total staking rewards to be directed to stakers of the asset, a take rate, a tax that redistributes a percentage of the Alliance assets to stakers. After being approved, the assets become Alliance assets, which can be staked by users to start earning rewards. I'm going to have to get a meme for my squeaky chair. Pushing forward. So how the rewards are going to be determined. So the amount of rewards an Alliance asset accrues is determined by the asset's reward weight. This parameter is set by governance and represents the maximum proportion of rewards an asset will earn relative to the total rewards of the chain. Native tokens always have a reward weight of 1. For instance, imagine a chain has 2 staking assets, a native staking asset and an Alliance asset called AL1. If AL1 has a reward weight of 3, the rewards shared by all stakers of the staked AL1 Alliance asset will be 23% of the total rewards of the chain. The remaining 77% of the rewards will be redistributed to users who stake the chain's native asset. So you can learn more about this by just going into all of the in-depth stuff. I've gone into it. It's quite hard to just put it more simple. They've made it as simple as they can with this kind of diagram. A lot of people are going to absorb it. If you don't, you know, just kind of try browse over it a little bit more, have a deeper read into it and just try and understand how this can benefit us, and then also how it could have that negative effect like I've been saying. So where do the staking rewards come from? So we all know where our staking rewards come from, and it's going to be no surprise that anyone, if we do decide to follow this Alliance route as a community, right, there's no doubt there's going to be this risk that, you know, they just drain our kind of pool and we don't get that. You know, it's not so much a mutual beneficial relationship at that point. It's just more kind of we want to take what we can. And the reason why I think this is LUNC was rewarded during the crash. It was the only positive thing from the crash is the amount that went into the specific pool from the crash. And, you know, it's given us the ability to have a huge amount of breathing room in a sense that we can still fund the validating set, and because, you know, that's so important, because as soon as there's no rewards to pay out, or the rewards are not enough for someone to run the equipment, you won't have any node operators, and if you've got no node operators, you've got no blockchain. So the blockchain can run, I think, on 33% power, so you can take that in for kind of like an idea of how many nodes would have to go down for that situation to unfold. But this is all stuff to think about. And loud, yeah, cheers, appreciate that. Huge loud car going by. It's like 6:30 in the morning. What's wrong with people?
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not.
Okay, so the take rate's so important with this, because it, you know, when it comes down to making this software upgrade proposal, creating a kind of mutual benefit, this sort of stuff's going to be, it just needs to be done correctly for all kind of, like, we may not follow this route. For whatever reason, we may find that the L1 team does not want to follow the Alliance route. But the thing is as we all know recently, is if the OG validator set don't like something, they can shut it down. And it's the same way if they want to get something put through, it will go through, because if they can do it one way, why would they not do it the other way? And it just seems to me, since I've come back, that this is the case now. And, you know, the votes are heavily controlled by those who are not participating in our blockchain whatsoever. They're not building for anything. They're not looking to our future. It's just simply, we've got a lot of Lunar Classic in our pools and they want to get at that. They want a piece of that pie. They don't want the system to change. But this is a change that I could see all of the OG validator set getting on board, because it makes it even easier to get liquidity out of our pool. So that is really something to think about and absorb, especially with liquid staking derivatives. If you don't know about LSDs, and I'm not talking about those kind of LSDs, you know, then you'll understand how much yield you can generate just with simple bots, these kind of grid trading bots and everything like that. The system's been broken once before. The system could possibly be broken again, or someone could find a blip, a backdoor, some kind of loophole to drain liquidity out again like they did last time. So like I was saying, this is all something to take in. So now, just going at the end of this video, this I found so interesting. So someone has taken ChatGPT and pretty much said to it, you've got $100 in crypto, here's some information, what would you spend it on? And in that selection you can see Atom, which is the lead part of the Cosmos. It's one of the major coins, especially now since Lunar's collapse. This is a really good sign. It shows that the technology inside our blockchain that's utilized across the board, that Alliance is involved in, is positive. And if a hyper intelligent artificial intelligence has decided, I'm going to spend $15 of this $100 I've got on a coin that's in the Cosmos, it's got to be a positive outlook for the Cosmos as a whole. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. This has been really interesting of a read. I'm going to leave a link to this in the description because you may find it interesting too. I don't want to bore you too much this morning. Have a really nice day wherever you are. Stay safe, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers. Don't forget to drop a subscription if you haven't already. Drop a little like on the way out. It really does help the channel. Chuck a comment down. It helps other people see the content and it really does help the channel grow. Have a good one, guys. Catch you in the next one.